Sports coverage of the national. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though. They trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On play action, now McCarthy. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Let's go now. Check go.
Following the interception, Love. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two, right here three. Remember, it was 2 in a row. We'll be hit 3 in a row because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Azeez Ojulari able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Still going. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. They run over center with Benson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, right back to Benson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Love now. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations. Under pressure, and they got to him again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Another run here with Benson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. A give up the middle with Benson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. A give. Here comes Benson. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Love. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Over the middle, complete. It's Whitaker. The Packers come in looking for win number 8 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A short throw to Musgrave. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. To throw now. Here's Love. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
A short throw to Musgrave. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here we go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Cartwright. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And just shutting him off there. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Addison hauls it in. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now McCarthy. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. To the air with McCarthy. He finds his man, complete. It's Saunders. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. Throwing is McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
2nd and 10. Here's McCarthy. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. McCarthy, complete. Jefferson the target. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have. The halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense and running back Trey Benson headed back onto the field. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. They'll start on the ground with Benson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll go again with Benson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And now Love going to change things up. On first down, it's Benson. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now they'll change things up. Now Love. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Play fake. Here's Love. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
From the gun on 3rd down, McCarthy. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. Love. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Cartwright. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
On the give, it's Benson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On the handoff, Benson running right. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Throwing, Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Whitaker. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. A handoff here to Benson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd is worth. Back now at Lambeau. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. Love looking to throw it. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
That's to the tight end, Musgrave. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Love from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Luke Musgrave with career touchdown number 75. And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 36 yards on the play. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And now here's a carry heading left. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. .38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. McCarthy. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Packers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Now it's Benson, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 84 yards. And the Packers sure look like they're going to be moving to 8-1 as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy, throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Second and 6 coming up. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. McCarthy going to throw again. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one. And we go to the 2-minute warning. McCarthy operating from the gun. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. McCarthy going to look to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and quarterback Jordan. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A short throw to Musgrave. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 6. 1:35 to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
60 by 6. 60 by 6. Let's go now.
Back to throw. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. He finds his man complete. It's Saunders. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. Here's 1st down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Love. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Now Love. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Being chased out left. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Go. Viking 18. Ready?
They'll run with Benson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Here now, second and goal. One more time with Benson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And there'll be some happy cheeseheads tonight as the Packers have won the game.
I'm vanilla, baby.